Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to 5 TV1's coverage of the 2018 ISBHF World Junior Ball Hockey Championship, live from the Glacier Arena, Mount Pro, Newfoundland and Labrador. My name is Steve Power. I'll have the call of this one for you this morning, and it is my pleasure and extremely excited to host Mr. Ali Cree, Vice President of Ball Hockey UK. He's going to join me up here in the press box for this one. We have got Team Great Britain under 20. They are going to tangle with the provincial team from Newfoundland and Labrador. The Newfoundland and Labrador selects Great Britain in white, Newfoundland, Labrador in blue. Ali, talk to us a little bit about your experience so far here this week and the boys from GB and their route here this week.
Yeah, thank you for getting us along today. Yeah, we've had as always, at World Championships, tough ride for the junior program, playing in an A pool against world-class opposition. We gave it our best, and unfortunately for the 20s last night, ended with a bit of tears. Guys that have came through our program. Championships. And really a lot of heartache last night in a very close game against USA. And had we get that win, once it comes, it's really going to mean something special to us. But it shows you the integrity that we do have, and we come and we battle every championships, and I can't ask for any more of the boys.
Full credit to those young men coming off a heartbreaking loss last night to the USA. I don't mind saying, Ali, most of the people in the building outside of the GB program and probably outside of the US program, everybody was cheering for GB last night. That was a big, big moment, and your boys certainly laid it all on the floor. Yeah,
totally. Like every single tournament we go to, we absolutely love coming away and meeting new people and growing not only on the court but also off the court as well. And yeah, the Newfoundlanders, unbelievable people, and even the volunteers, etc. We've got a mass of fans, which is absolutely brilliant, and we hope to build that all the time. We're very grateful for getting to the tournaments, and hope the friendships continue to grow and they last forever as well. Unbelievable amount of people we've got coming in, seeing us, maybe that met us back in 2013 when we were here, even with seniors. So yeah, it's great.
Ball Hockey UK, certainly. I wouldn't call you guys an infant anymore in the ISBHF. You've grown out of your infancy stage. You're coming along. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. You don't have a lot of hockey players to draw from.
Yeah, when you speak to people over here and you hear what kind of maybe pool of players they've even got for provincial teams, it's potentially bigger than what we've got for our national program. It's something we're working on. Obviously, we've got some heritage players that come and join us for these tournaments, and the plan is, long term, we're just going to keep growing the game. That was the aim of Sheffield 2016, and that certainly happened. We've got more players accessing the game, and we've got a lot of players that are, picking ball over ice as well now, and we do believe firmly that they do work together. They work hand in hand. We're not telling guys to quit the ice and just play ball, but there's a lot of players choosing to do that out their own way because the sport is growing and they're really enjoying the level that it's at.
So folks in the UK, rest assured the program is growing. They're making great strides, and they certainly are some of the fan favorites at every event they attend. Newfoundland and Labrador in blue, the selects, tangling with the Great Britons, the Young Lions as you call them.
The Lions, yeah, we've got the pride of a Lion, as we say. That's our tagline, and that's exactly what we do. We come out, we play, with that pride every single game, and we just got to keep going, keep battling, and we're getting there. We're getting there. You see by a lot of the results this week, that injuries aside, we've really improved, and we hope that we can come back thick and fast and really strong.
Ball's kept in the neutral zone, bounces just a little bit wide. Going to be given chase there by Great Britain's number 8, Ross McKinnon. He throws one to the net, and Josh Langmead, the Newfoundland and Labrador goaltender, has to drop down and cover up with that one. Early stages of this opening frame, just a minute and 51 gone. No score. Great Britain, Newfoundland and Labrador. Now, we want to talk a little bit about, it was such a tough game last night, a heart-wrenching game if nothing else. How do your boys get up for this one here this morning?
Yeah, like I spoke to Stuart Wilson, he's the head director of our coaching program and coach for U20s, and you know, like he got the boys in early as ever. You know, like we don't treat this game any differently, and he did have a strong word with the boys. You know, just to say, you know, like one, it's not going to be an easy game, and secondly, like we're not going to even treat this game really as a friendly. This is part of all these games are part of our development, you know. So the opportunity for us to play against opposition as good as this or any, you know, is massive for us. This is all part. Every single game's part of our development here.
And it certainly won't be a friendly. And I can tell you from first-hand experience, Brandon Bruni making his first save of the game there. This Newfoundland Labrador team, they've got 3 or 4 guys who weren't far from making Team Canada. So this is going to be a good contest. This is a strong team you're playing this morning.
Yeah, we've been noticing, you know, the amount of players, Newfoundland and Labrador, you know, getting involved in not just the junior programs, the senior programs. Obviously in 2013 when we came, there was quite a few local lads, we'll call it, playing for Team Canada. So yeah, we're impressed already with the start of this game. You know, they're coming out with full cylinders, guns a-blazing, you know. They're fresh legs as well, obviously, will be against us, our guys a little bit. Yeah, so this could be a good one.
Talk about fresh legs too. How many guys, Ali, are playing on both U18 and U20 here this week?
Yeah, we obviously going back from 2014, when we actually 2012 we had 1 team, in 2014 we had 3 teams in Bratislava, and we between those 3 teams we had 38 guys that were playing 3 age groups, covering all 3 age groups. So obviously we learnt a lesson that first year, you know, that we needed more bodies to cut the injury and the fatigue back to minimum, you know. So I think we've got probably 6 guys that are on the roster that can play. But you know, Stuart's been very cautious. We're not bringing up those full 6 every day. I think last night, literally after the USA under-18 game, we picked up a few injuries again. So we actually had only 2 guys were available from those 6 to actually come up and join the 20s last night.
Talking about injuries, Ali, for those uninitiated to the game that might be watching back in the UK, this is not a sport for the faint of heart. This is a tough game to play.
Yeah, sometimes you know, you may as well put a wall chart up and put a star up every time you get a bruise, you know, because the guys are showing the bruises every day, you know, of what they're picking up. Knee burns. We've got quite a big case of kind of shin splints going on just now, and that's potentially down to the fact potentially running on the concrete. We're not so used to that, you know. We're used to running maybe on a little bit softer flooring, and maybe our footwear not being appropriate. That's been discussed as well today. But big shout out to Sadie Pinchbeck. It looks after our sports therapist for all the teams. She's been away in Czech Republic and then connected to come out to St John's, and she really looks after the guys, not just at the championships but on the build up at every single session and trial. She's there as well assisting, so she's been massive, and she's been obviously keeping guys game ready really as much as possible. You know, there's limitation damage really is probably the best thing we could say. They're never fully going to recover, but you know, they're getting there.
The therapists, no doubt the most valuable players for many teams at this event. Here we see Great Britain on the attack. Now Brandon Bruni with a couple of really nice saves down there to keep Newfoundland Labrador off the board. Team NL regrouping in their own end. Ball chipped up along the wall, and that is going to be stolen by the Brits. Adam Paget. Aiden Paget puts it in deep. Going back now is Colin Parsons for Newfoundland Labrador. Parsons knifes one up off the boards. Nathan Kenny puts that to his backhand. Ball comes out to the neutral zone. That's going to be stopped at the line and hammered all the way back in by Jamie Scott. Newfoundland picks up possession. There's a long lead pass. Finds the stick of Kenny. He can't quite hold on to that one. Jamie Scott is there to hammer that all the way back into the offensive zone. Parsons, he's going to move it across where Andrew Mercer will pick it up for Team Newfoundland. That's pretty bad. If someone from Newfoundland is pronouncing Newfoundland wrong, that's not good, is it? Newfoundland. I don't know where this Newfoundland place is, but I do know where Newfoundland is. Icing going to be the call there. Flooring, I should say. Shots on goal, 4-2 early on. Back and forth affair, no score. Great Britain The Lions in white, tangling with Newfoundland and Labrador here in blue. Steve Power in the booth, joined by Ball Hockey UK Vice President Ali Cree, one of the founders of this great game in Great Britain. And certainly this is a good time, Ali, to talk about your program. And who else? I know yourself, you mentioned Stuart Wilson. You got some great people involved at home building the game and bringing. What an opportunity. Forget about wins and losses for a second. What an opportunity for your kids to travel the world and get experiences in different cultures and play this game.
Yeah, we've, give a shout out. I know we're in St. John's at the moment, but give a shout out to our staff as well that have also taken part in over in Czech Republic, in Prerov as well. To explain the program, the non-championships years, we've actually got a Lions program, which is a massive thing for us. There's a lot of the kids that played on the recent U16 team that have actually been away as part of that. The Lions tour has been to Pilsen, Czech Republic, to Nitra, to Martin, also to Bratislava in Slovakia. So a lot of these kids, when they're not as a non-championships year, we're going out, and that's where we're trying to catch up with the other nations and develop. So these players are getting the chance to play together longer and more efficiently from there. But I say we've got, obviously, to actually cover that full program, we've got a massive group of volunteer coaches and managers. And if it wasn't for them, then the program wouldn't be getting anywhere. So yeah, even our domestic game as well, our tournaments now, they've grown from strength to strength. From 3 teams in 2009, we've got over 30 teams. 30 clubs, 40 teams. We've got a ladies qualifying program and nationals championships as well, and obviously our junior program as well now is a full qualifier stage and the nationals as opposed to just a one-off event. And we have to thank Thomas Merriman and Rob Clayton for their hard work. Rob's just recently been elected as the president, and there's some changes underway as well, so it's an exciting time for us to grow the game again even further, and we're really excited by the junior growth's really taking off at the moment.
And that's where the growth really is too, Ali. And I know here in Canada we adopt that model as well. We really put a lot of resources into the junior program. And even here in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador,
I heard
you water the flower, it will grow.
Yeah, like I heard the other day, I believe, I don't know if it was shortly after 2013, but I heard about the growth of the UK game, the game over here. Maybe even in your interview the other day, I think you were saying some high numbers of people just with hosting the event. There was a lot of interest from people.
Yeah, this event here this week, Newfoundland Labrador is going to get an amazing boost from people who, frankly, they just think the game is street hockey. You're out on the street and the car comes down, you got to move the net. It's not. It's a high-level, high-structured, organized game. This ball hockey game is, and the ISBHF is the authority for the game in the world, and they do a great job.
Yes, I mean, a fantastic organization to be part of. We're supported massively, and very, very professional. All the events, it's almost you almost find that there's especially with some of the senior championships at the moment that are going on, they're trying to outdo each other and make it even better for the fans, for the players as well. So it's great to be part of. Fantastic.
Pretty good game going here. Still no score. Pretty much back and forth. Probably would give a little edge to the Newfoundland Labrador team on the shot clock, probably controlling the play just a little. Pace very, very good, and this would be Great Britain, I believe, their 5th game here. Ali, correct me if I'm wrong, but their 5th game since Wednesday, so certainly the legs not in the favor of the Lions here this morning. But yeah, they're keeping pace with Newfoundland rather well.
They're doing not bad, they reduced the championships down to make it more kind of cost efficient for some nations, but the double games in the day for some of the teams, I know especially our U18s, yeah, it's been tough. The recovery time is very little, and you're trying to tell under 18s to get back home and kind of chill out and lie in bed when they want to go out and about and take in the local tourist attractions and things, so yeah, it's been pretty hard, but hopefully, we've got some fresher legs than I expected this morning. Is what I would say.
There you go. Shots on goal there. Josh Langmead's going to have to drop down and cover that one up. We'll have a face-off inside Newfoundland Labrador territory to the left of the goaltender Langmead. 6 minutes left to play in the first period. No score. Great Britain, Newfoundland Labrador. The Brits going to send number 88 in for the face-off. And folks, we apologize. No lineups here this morning, just trying to read off some names on the jerseys up here. But you can listen to the smooth tones of Ali Cree explaining everything about Ball Hockey UK and the strides they've taken. And how many players, Ali, were actually, I know you mentioned Prerov, the Czech Republic, for people who are not aware, the first ever under-16 World Cup just took place in Prerov last week. And safe to say the World Cup probably not as at the level of prestige as a World Championship, but as some countries choosing to send 2 teams. As we see Newfoundland and Labrador to break. How many players were in Prerov that came here afterwards?
Yeah, so we had a really quick turnaround. We finished the program on the Sunday. I think we got back from Zlin from the game, the last game of the day. The boys got back just in time to watch the end of the U20 ladies, which is another massive stride, for the game. And they left about 3 o'clock, headed back to Vienna, and then we got a connecting flight in, so it was an overnight, and we brought back a total of six players, and they're obviously their parents and family who have been on a extended hockey stay.
Wow, so that's 6 guys that are going to play probably anywhere from 10 to 14 games of top quality ball hockey in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we learn every year when we go away, and we had potentially on the U18 team, we had probably almost three lines, maybe 17 players, and we've learned from the big nations we need 4 lines, so we had to obviously bring in what we had and what we felt was the experienced and ability level. So the U16s were the answer to kind of call up into the 18 squad. So they've actually really impressed me. It's been interesting to see how much they've been able to play their game. I would almost say more so at the U18 level compared to the U16. U16 was a tough battle. Again, it's the bottom end of our program. So we had the best players that we had available to us, and then they gave it their all, not to take anything away from them, and it's a good starting point, and those players will filter into the 18s, etc. But we've got a lot of young players, as young as 13, playing in the U16 program, so it's an exciting time for us. I mean, every championships.
Speaking of young players like that, I want to mention one in particular, Angus Lang. I remember him back in Bratislava.
Yeah, even before Bratislava, the tale started. We sent an under-20 team in 2012 to PSEC, and basically for Lions program, Gus was the youngest there, 12 years old, and he picked up the nickname
playing under 20, right? 12 years old.
Playing under 20, and he picked up the name of Simba the Lion. And we took him to Pride Rock and we held him high, and he showcased his ability then, and he's a player that I was saying to Stuart the other day, he's a player that's played in every junior championships we've attended, So, I mean, even some of the other programs, in terms of goaltending, Jack Wakefield has played, he's played 2014, 16 and now 18, all at under 16s level. So we get behind our guys, people that are committed to the program, and we give them the chance, and and look how well Gus played last night, and his shoulder actually, believe it or not, popped out in that game last night, and he popped it back in, and I'll tell you exactly what he said. He said to our physio, he said, I've not waited this long to get pulled out of the net, and he refused to get out. And
wow.
I had his parents watching the stream from back home, and they called my phone, and I had that quick chat, and I said the exact same thing to them, and I said, we can hope you don't mind. Sadie would like him to come out of the game, and I said, but Gus has said this, and they knew exactly that's what Gus was going to say. And
wow.
So fair due, he went on, continued the game, and he's got his arm in his sling, and he's not playing today, obviously, and he'll rest the rest.
Separated shoulder, no problem. Just keep playing.
Oh, and it's not. It wasn't. A lot of these players, it's a regular thing for the shoulder to pop. It's not happened before. So for someone to, the team doctor said that people can, if they're strong, can pull it back in, and
wow.
He did it well on the ground in front of the therapist. So as much as she wasn't too happy, I say he played on through the game. So he's got his arm in a sling, and he'll get medical treatment and everything after the game last night.
Wow, good for Angus Lang. Gus, or young Simba, I like that reference even more. 2-on-1 opportunity. That one's going to be offside. Newfoundland's Chris Mills not too happy with the call, but nonetheless, it is indeed offsides. We're going to open up the old Twitter box, folks, for anybody watching back in the UK. In the second period, you can ask Ali Cree. Reach out to me on Twitter at StevePowerNL. Just under the scoreboard there, you can reach out to either one of us. You've got a question about Canadian ball hockey UK, ball hockey in general. Ask us anything but math. If it's got to be math, it's going to have to be Ali, because I'm brutal at math. No score. 2:31 left to go here in the opening frame. Great Britain in white. Team Newfoundland and Labrador in blue. Brandon Bruni with a couple of nice saves here. He's going to be tested on this one. Short side shot. That one misses. Rebound comes off the boards. And he waved at that with his magic wand, but came up with nothing but air. Here come the Lions. Back on the attack. Good back check there by Donovan. Kicks one up in the neutral zone. Newfoundland on the attack. Mills in shot. Rebound save. And Bruni with a second save opportunity on that one. And that's a great save there by Brandon Bruni in between the pipes for GB. Offsides, delayed call. Not quite sure what was going on there. I think the Lions thought it was going to be offsides.
Yeah, there's some kind of screeching off a train or someone maybe thought that was a whistle there.
Yeah.
Callum
Moore stopped dead in his tracks. But no whistle, play continues. Here comes Maverick Skeins for Newfoundland Labrador. He battles down low. Ball comes to the line, it's going to be out. Speaking of your heritage players, here comes young Ryan Fahey of St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. He's been suiting up all week for the young Lions. And talking to his dad, Ali, he has been adopted by this Great Britain ball hockey club and system. He is absolutely having a ball, and you might have picked up a ball hockey player for life with your program.
Oh, he's been unbelievable. I would probably say out of all the heritage players, and I said we were talking about players.
What a save there by Bruni. Sorry to cut you off, but he just absolutely robbed Newfoundland there. I think the Royal Newfoundland Constabulary might be on their way into the building. That was absolute thievery.
Brilliant play there. Yeah, Ryan's been great for us. You know, he's played 18s and 20s. I know even yesterday after that big loss to USA 18s, the different coaches were talking, and you know, Ryan wasn't meant to play so much of the 18s game. He was meant to be resting up for that 20s game, but you know, he's came every game 100%. What a great kid, you know, he is. And I know Ross McKinnon is a real character in our team, but I know Ross and Ryan have really built up a great friendship, and you know, kind of been ribbing each other all week, and they know how to push the buttons of one another, but it's quite a funny friendship has grown up there, you know. It's great to see as well, you know, these guys coming in, and you know, they're a massive part of our team.
Talk about characters, Ali, and we're in the dying seconds of this opening frame. Just a quick word. Seems to be a certain kinship between the province of Newfoundland, Labrador, and the UK. I don't know what it is. It's just maybe because geographically we're the closest in Canada to you, but we just seem to get along quite well.
Yeah, like we joke with the Canadian team when they fly in, you know, it takes us less time to get here from the UK over to St. John's, and you know, I would love the St. John's to be part of the UK, if I'm honest. It's highly recommended. After we were here in 2013, I took some time to actually write a letter to the tourist board and just say how much an amazing place it was. For us, again, our men's, women's team, you know, when it was announced that the championships were coming here, we were absolutely thrilled to come back. It's a place you cannot not visit, basically. I would say put it on your bucket list if you've not been here, and I'm sure our parents and fans will agree that I've been here, that it's an exceptional place. The friendliest place in the world, I'll say.
So there you go. Ali Cree, not only the Vice President of Ball Hockey UK, might have just got a job with the Tourism Board for Newfoundland Labrador after one period of play. Great Britain under 20. Newfoundland Labrador, no score. We'll be back for the call to second period. You're watching the 2018 ISBHF World Junior Ball Hockey Championships from Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. We'll be right back. Second period underway. Great Britain under 20, Newfoundland Labrador, no score after the first period. Here's a chance for Newfoundland right away, and Brandon Bruni once again reaches out and grabs that one with the leather lobster. Keeps the score at goose eggs. Talking about events, Ali, 2021, apparently I'm hearing rumors that the men's and ladies senior worlds may be in Canada, and you know what that means. That possibly could be another trip to St. John's, Newfoundland.
Well, 100% we'd welcome that one. We'd love to bring our senior program back here. You know, it's an exciting time for us all. We've got Kazice coming up, you know, in Slovakia, and we've got a lot of work going on behind the scenes already for the men's, and I can see a lot of the U20 team potentially taking some of those spots of maybe some of our older players, we'll say.
Well, no one's going to take the spot of Brandon Bruni. There's another highlight reel save here. This kid is dialed in here at the Glacier this morning. Great save there by young Brandon. (2021), that will actually be a bid process. The Canadian Ball Hockey Association will send something out to various cities across the country. They bid on it. I'm not quite sure how it works. Actually, I'm pretty sure how it works, but that won't be decided for a while. Who knows if it's going to be in Canada. Maybe we can go back to the UK for the men's worlds. I had a ball in Sheffield. I think that was great. There's a shot on goal. Bruni chips that one aside. Newfoundland with some strong pressure here now. Backdoor pass. Shot is fanned on by Donovan. That one's going to get knocked out of the play, and that's a pretty smart play, or as you would say, a cheeky play there.
A cheeky play, Stephen Kernan again.
Cheeky play.
Another heritage player featured in Sheffield 2016 for our U18 team, and you know, nice hand play, smart play out of the zone. Cheeky play, we'll call it a cheeky play.
A cheeky play, I like that one.
Or a cheeky wee play if you were Stuart Wilson.
A cheeky wee play for Stuart Wilson. Just saw wee David Tour, the administrator for the International Street and Ball Hockey Federation. He's enjoying his trip to St. John's for sure.
Yeah, and David, again, credit due to him. He's stepped in and taken over the role of the ISBHF secretary, and I think he's done an absolutely amazing job, you know. Totally on the ball with everything. And he's another person who actually studies in Scotland, believe it or not. I don't know if you knew that. So he's got some Scottish phrases galore as well.
There's a Scottish phrase for you there. Big bloody save by Brandon Bruni on that one. Not sure if it's Scottish, but I tell you what, it's correct. Bruni is putting on a show here at the Glacier this morning. Great job keeping these Newfoundland Labrador shooters at bay. GB, strong run to the boards there, but the ball is kept in. Gonna go behind the net for the big British defenseman. I can't find the numbers. Number 48, the big guy.
That's Ross Dixon.
Ross Dixon.
Yep, he's his third championships as well. He's been a massive part of the program. He's one of the players, you know, it was heartbreaking last night. You know, after that game, he was maybe shed a couple of tears, and rightly so. You know, I think for a lot of these guys, it's the last chance of representing at junior level. And you know, I said to you before, out of all the games that, you know, potentially were their closest chance to be one of the big four, we'll call it, against US. I think it meant even more, you know, last night. So it was heart-wrenching to see the guys upset. But yeah, Ross has been great for our program, and in the dressing room as well. You know, we've got to have characters that keep you going, you know, when you're playing in these games, and it's you know, potentially double figures. You know, that our aim's to stay below the double figures, but there is games where simply the class we're playing against, those results happen. But people like Ross Dixon really keep the spirit in the dressing room.
We got our first penalty call of the game. It's going to be a slashing call. Not quite sure who it went to. One official was about 5 feet away from the play, but the other one was about 140 feet away. He decided to call it. I guess his eyesight must be unbelievable. Looks like it's going to go against Newfoundland Labrador. A slashing call it is. That will bring the face-off all the way back down to Newfoundland territory, and Great Britain going to go to the power play. Put it out there again. We are on Twitter. You got a question for Ali Cree at Steve Power and L. Shoot us at us. Sharon Beal. Thank you for the nice comments there.
Yeah, hello Sharon. I know Sharon normally comes away on the trips as well. She's been part of our son Ross has been part of our Alliance development programs and our national program in Sheffield 2016, and then also in this U20 squad. And she sent her husband Colin along, and I know she's been enjoying seeing his pictures of him being a hockey parent, which also consisted of a little bit of drinking down the harbour, etc. So I think she was a little bit jealous because she's back at home. Probably working hard covering this trip as well.
We got to talk about the what a nice shot on goal there. That was an absolute bullet.
Stephen Kiernan.
And nice save there by Langmead, keeping that one. I want to talk about the fans for a second. Great Britain's got some great spirit in the fans. Who's this gentleman with the fine suit on down here, Ali? Mark, our cameraman, I don't know if you can get a shot of this gentleman, and there we go. For those of you walking at home, now that's the way to come to a hockey game and cheer on your team, folks.
Yeah,
who's that gentleman's name?
This is Dave Paget, Dave has that rather classy Union Jack suit, and I know it's been seen also the Great Britain Ice Hockey World Championships and whatever championships they go to. But they get quite a bit of airtime with those classy suits as well. So
I think we might have to get him up on the show here.
Oh, totally! He's a fan favourite. I know we shared a picture of him on our social media yesterday, and there's a lot of good comments. He's a massive fan, and he also actually plays a bit of ball hockey himself. Believe it or not, he trains quite a bit with Sheffield Knights team, the team that Aidan was playing on for quite a few years before. He's just recently transferred, but. Dave chucks the ball hockey gear on as well, which is great. I mean, it kind of shows you what our family's like. So his son turns up to train, and someone's sitting in the stands like watching, and the clubs are very much about being ambassadors for everyone playing. So it's not uncommon that the parents are actually jumping on these sessions as well.
So there you go. Always good to see good support in the stands. I actually asked the gentleman if I could take a picture with him yesterday. It's something Canadians don't do. They don't dress up like that.
I mean,
that's awesome.
We're talking about the friendliness. We've got a great connection with Team Canada, and I think they really understand what we're doing, and what I'll say is they have a definite heart when we play against Canada, and they're not laughing at the results, and the comments we get from them, how much we're progressing is unbelievable. But he was dragged into. We always have a combined photo with the Team Canada. There'll be one later on, I'm sure, the under-18s game, because of the connection the two nations have. And Dave Paget was. Everyone wanted Dave Paget.
They dragged
in the
him in. Yeah.
That was why I think they wanted the photo, if I'm honest. So I'm sure he's had lots of photo tags and everything there this week anyway.
Ball is kept out, just gets outside the neutral zone. That's going to do it for the Great Britain power play. Ball chipped to the line. That one's not out. Kept in by Newfoundland Labrador. And we're not quite sure what that whistle is. I think he might be calling offsides. That's what we're going to try to think of on the play. Yeah, that's the only thing we can assume. There's no penalty called.
Yeah, I would have said the ball entered the zone as from the cleared ball on the PK there. So
that would be the official Jason "Don't Call Me Buster Baker" with the call. He's joined on this game today by Chris. Don't say I look like Harry Potter Bishop. It's Chris Bishop is a great official and a good guy. And I tell you what, folks, if we get a chance to do a close-up on the camera, got to call a spade a spade. He looks just like Harry Potter. Quick story, I'll tell you one. I coach ice hockey here, Ali. Chris is a high-level official here in ice hockey. He referees senior nationals. So I'm coaching a senior game here. That's men's senior A. It's Halloween night. So I walk on the bench and Chris is on the ice. I said, "Oh, that's pretty good, boys. We got Harry Potter here reffing tonight in Halloween." We're shorthanded 2 penalties in the first 10 seconds.
I bet.
And he just gives me the sly little wink. So never go after the referees too hard, folks. That's the moral of that story. If you've got a whistle, you've got the power. And even when they're wrong, they're right. And a shout out to the officials here this week overall, doing a great job. People do not realize, you know something, folks, all these officials here, they get a small per diem for their meals per day. They're not getting paid to work this event. They're here just because it's a world championship, and they want to get better, and they want to do the best job they possibly can. So big shout out to all the officials and Dave Shaw, the referee in chief, except for a couple of officials. This guy, Butt.
This Daryl Butt guy,
he's brutal.
Yeah, I believe there's also a wanted poster up for him in Sheffield after he was lucky enough to come to Sheffield in 2016. So
there's some guys you'd rather they stayed home, or maybe slept in and missed an assignment every now and then.
Does he like his bed?
Yeah, Daryl Butt's a bit like that. And this guy Riddell too. I don't know where they dragged him from. I mean, folks, we're having a bit of fun here. The referees are up by us here in the press box. I won't even start about Brian Lambert, but we're having a little fun here. In all seriousness, they do a great job, and they've been doing a great job all week long. So on behalf, I guess, for me, on behalf of the Canadian Ball Hockey Association, I certainly want to give a shout out to our Canadian referees that are here this week. And talking about referees, Aline, this is something that with the ISBHF, I would, and I know it's financial, but yes, I would love to see more officials from, like I know in the UK there was a young lady referee a couple of years ago, and I thought she was phenomenal. Yeah,
Dina Cuglietta, she actually, again, is a part of our women's program. She was one of the first ladies that came away when I recruited for 2011. So Dina Cuglietta has played in the women's team since then. Her name's also down to take part for the 2019 squad, which is great. But she's just been in Prerov, actually, between Prerov and Zlin. She was out there. Yeah, Dina, again, thank you from us at Ball Hockey UK. It's great for her to represent. And the other referee from 2016 was Tim Francis. He's the head referee for the Ball Hockey UK program. So
I'd like to see him here. I'd like to see more officials get the opportunity to come, because we talk about development for players.
Yes,
it's a great opportunity for officials as well. Now I know it's a money thing. It's a cost thing.
Yes. Oh, totally. I mean, I know Tim would have been very interested, and he's just recently had a baby. So obviously, other things kind of come in to your life that you need to kind of take care of as such.
There's a shot on goal. Rebound, scores! Great Britain. They break the ice, and it's
Callum Mort.
Callum Mort on the backhand. He takes a rebound and he puts that one on the top shelf where Mom hides the cookies. And it's 1-0 for the Young Lions of Great Britain.
Fantastic. He's like the Duracell bunny. Callum Mort, he's got some crazy wacky hair. His nickname's Fruit Salad, we call him at the moment, with the colour of his hair. But he certainly goes end to end every game. His effort level is unbelievable.
In the words of the famous Wiggles, fruit salad, yummy, yummy. 1-0 here for Team Great Britain here this morning. Just approaching the halfway point of this second period, the Young Lions on the board. And they've been thoroughly outshot in this one. Brandon Bruni doing his job, holding him at bay. And let's see if this gives the Brits a little bit of extra pep in their step. Got a few people on Twitter, Ali, talking about how they love your accent. In fact, they love it so much, one guy's calling you Alex.
Alex?
We're here in Newfoundland. We're used to people saying we talk fast and talk funny and whatever, but I love talking with you on the air because people understand me pretty good.
Yeah, I got interviewed for the video that went out the other day, and I was laughing because we watch a lot of programs even in the UK that have subtitles in certain regional areas, and when I watched that yesterday, I was waiting for the subtitles to pop up for the Newfies.
That happens every day for us. Speaking of someone who should have subtitles, another guest appearance up here in the press box is starting to get a little crowded up here this morning. We just had an appearance. There's a shot on goal. Bruni with the save. Ball just rolls by the line. Bruni gets back and keeps it out. Newfoundland and Labrador now putting some pressure on the Lions of Great Britain. Ball kept in down low, chipped over to the side. Here's a chance for a shot in the high slot. Ryan's going to hold on to that one. Stick handles away now is Andrew Mercer. Mercer, he's held in on the boards. The Brits trying to get a whistle, not going to happen. Ball is moved away and play continues. Good pressure here by Team Newfoundland Labrador. Can't get any shots on net. Here's Wines, fires, and that one is way outside, as Bob Euchre would say. George Gortzos, the president of the International Street and Ball Hockey Federation, is up in the booth right now, and I can guarantee you we will not be handing over a headset to him because we just don't have enough time.
No wonder that guy's voice is constantly croaky for a reason. He talks far too much.
Like, I don't know many guys, Ali, who talk as much as I do.
Oh.
But I tell you what, I don't even know if I get on the podium with George and Elio Pascuzzo around.
Oh.
At best, I'm a bronze medalist. Here comes Newfoundland Labrador. Shot clock reading 20-7, but the scoreboard reading 1-0 Great Britain here right now, and that is what counts. Here come the Lions on the attack one more time. Ball put down low in the corner. They're going to try to cycle this one. Throws it out front of the net. Not going to be grabbed there. Chris Mills on the backhand. Moves it out to the neutral zone for Ryan. Ryan's shot is blocked. Comes back now. He's going to take a long one. Bruni will drop down and cover that up. He'll let his defenseman take it. GB, chance to carry it out. Nice move there by the Great Britain defenseman Matthew Stewart. He's going to go coast to coast like buttered toast. Brings it down. No shot there. In the slot. GB puts it down behind the net on. Certainly, here's Mort now, the goal scorer, Callum Mort. He takes a little bump on the boards. No call on the play. They were having a little chat there. They were looking to Chris, don't call me Harry Potter Bishop, for a call there, and the arm did not go up. Ball comes to the neutral zone. Comes all the way down. Great Britain now. They'll have a chance to clear as Newfoundland Labrador makes a change. Here's Mort, the goal scorer, Callum Mort. Drops one back. Going to go down behind the net. Mort will be there to give chase. He takes a bump from the defenseman. Callum Mort, you called him the Energizer Bunny earlier, Ali. The kid is all go. He just doesn't stop.
No, and he's another one of the players that's come through the program from, back when I was talking about Bratislava 2014. Guys playing on 2 or 3 teams. He was one of those, that was playing there. I mean, I think over that week, there was some of the kids that played like 16 to 18 games. Alex
Knight trying to bring one out. That's turned over, though, and here comes Newfoundland. Chance for Mort. Mort chips one up to the neutral zone. That's grabbed there by Zane Kamali. Kamali throws one out front. Nothing there. Ball's knocked out. Nice play there by the Great Britain defenseman to knock that down, as it looked like a Newfoundland Labrador player was ready to be sent off to the races. That pass is intercepted into the neutral zone. Here's Fahy. Fahy trying to chip one through. Fahy gets it through. There's a shot right on. And Clint Hurdle is coming to the game to play for Newfoundland Labrador. Hurdle doing a good job there and putting the stop on that one, keeping GB off the board. Ali Cree almost showed his best LeBron James. He jumped about 4 feet off the ground there on that chance by Great Britain.
That was close. Really good play. Reese Cavaway with the shot. I think that pass is from Ryan, actually. Ryan Fahy, yeah.
Fahy looking good with his newfound mates. There's a shot right on. Right from the face-off. A bullet drive there off the stick of Ross McKinnon. Great Britain putting some pressure on here now. Great answer by the Brits. They bent, but they did not break under that Newfoundland pressure. Great Britain starting to get some shots on goal here. They lead 1-0 in the late stages of this second frame. Here comes Newfoundland Labrador. There's an errant pass going to come all the way across to the line. Chance to be kept in at the line by Newfoundland. They do indeed do so. Here's Donovan. Donovan, backhand into the slot for Sims. Sims finds, fires, can't get that one to go. Bounces back outside to the point. There's a shot by Mercer. That one rattles wide. And Bruni watches that one sail by harmlessly. Here's a wrist shot from the side. That one sails over the top of the net. Newfoundland with some great pressure here right now. Back to the point for Mercer. Mercer having a little game of catch out on the line. Wines, fires, shot blocked in front. Good block there by the defenseman. That's one of those ones you talked about, Ali. That's going to leave a mark.
That's a definite bruiser, yep.
Here's Mercer. Mercer holds, comes around the net. Mercer still holds on. Mercer looking for something to open up. All the way back. There's a shot by Skeins. That one rattles wide. Ball bounces out. Chance for it to get out. Good run there by Kent of GB, and he does manage to get it out. Here's a turnover. Great Britain, 2-on-1. Kent's going to the net. Pass for Kent, shot right on. Big save there by Clint Hurdle. And Ali Cree almost gave birth up here in the booth on that scoring chance. That would have been something if Great Britain had to go up by a brace. 2:13 left to go in the middle frame. Great Britain lead Newfoundland Labrador by a score of 1-0. And Clint Hurdle has made some great saves since coming into the game. The Lions have certainly picked up the pace of play here in this second period. And they're the team that's supposed to be tired. They're looking pretty good, Ali.
I'm impressed if they keep going, you know. One more period to go after this. We'll see how we do. But I say we're getting plenty of the guys out there today, you know. There was sadly like a few of the guys last night in the close game didn't get so much game time, so coach seems to be rolling all those lines to use all those bodies we've got there.
Oh, good job by Coach Stuart Wilson, and that pains me to say that. Good job by Stuart Wilson. But you know something, I'm kidding, folks. I love Stuart.
Yeah, director of our coaching. He was actually, believe it or not, he was my first ever ice hockey coach. So we were trying to reminisce last night how long ago that was, and because a few people were asking where the connection came. But yeah, Stuart's been fantastic for us. You know, he's had a bronze and a silver medal with the GB senior teams, and we really feel it's the perfect candidate for the U20 job, because that's where the top line youth's coming through. So it actually gives Stuart the chance to obviously look at what players are coming up to get them on the men's team, and
sure.
That's where the guys like you've got Callum Mort and Tom Watson. So back in 2015 for Zug, we had a couple of senior players drop out, and we brought in what we class as our development players. We did the two players, Callum Mort, Tom Watson were those, and they actually ended up by the end of the week, just due to injuries and the way the scheduling was, they ended up playing a lot of court time for the men's team and actually won a bronze medal. And that's what our program's about. You know, we're bringing the youth in, and then say Callum Mott returned also last year and was also on the men's squad. So there's a lot of experienced players here.
So there you go, a little way how GB ball hockey works. And talk about the big moments there of winning that A pool gold medal and medaling in there. I know there's B pool gold medal. I know they're looking forward to Kosice next year to get back on the medal podium for sure.
Yeah, like the guys care so much, you know, and like I joined them for the start of WjBHC last year, and unfortunately I had to leave before the end just for business, but the guys said like they enjoyed winning the bronze medal, but I think, you know, when it's silver, you know, there wasn't so many smiles on the face, and I think that was simply because we weren't bad losers, you know, but they just want the gold. They want the gold, and we potentially want a chance to go up to the A pool. I was lucky enough to experience A pool in 2009 when I first played, when I joined the program, and it's really tough, but you know, that's potentially where we deserve to be. Just like our recent ice hockey team, they've just went up with the big boys, and you know, our country just went crazy with that, and it's brilliant to see. And you know, they're going to have a tough ride as well at ISBHF World Championships next year, but you know, we want the same. We want to, like, we deserve our place there. That's what we're working for at the men's program, and you know, hats off to the women. I say with the way the women's setup is, they're playing in an APL competition, and you know, we can't forget the women's program, and it's just came on absolute loops and blinds, you know, like Prerov last week, the under-20s with the inaugural World Cup for ladies at under-20s level, and we've had our great coaches with Rachel Serrell and Steph Townsend. We thank them very much. You know, they did a hard job of actually scouring the country to find enough girls to take part in that, and we got some that play in our domestic games, and we also got some ice hockey girls, you know, to take part in that, and they've made an exceptional group of girls there that did us so proud, you know. So hats off to them, and you know, that the women's game we shouldn't forget about as well, because especially at the senior women's and under 20s World Cup for women's, you know, like playing in Pool A class competition, just like the juniors here, they've got a tough ride, and they really impressed us.
So second period going to be in the books. The third period we'll see Great Britain start off on the power play. They're going to take a 1-0 lead into the break here. Team Great Britain under 20. 1, Newfoundland Labrador no score. We'll be back for the call to third period. This 2018 ISBHF World Junior Ball Hockey Championship. Third period underway here. Team Great Britain starting off on the power play. Can't get anything going. That's going to be an offside call there. 1-0. Great Britain over to Newfoundland Labrador Selects here at the 2018 ISBHF World Junior Ball Hockey Championship. Steve Power joined by Ali Cree, Vice President of United Kingdom Ball Hockey. Ali, the last period you were talking about the under-20 girls, saying it was a big step for British ball hockey. I think that's a big step for world ball hockey.
Yeah, for the program as a whole, you know, what a great introduction. You know, like it's, where do we get the, cover that save first. Yeah, again. Yeah, you know, like, where do we get the senior women from? You know, where do they come from? And we've had that problem trying to find players from the pool of players we talked about for the juniors. It's a similar position for the women's maybe. You know, the women's ice hockey program in the UK is pretty decent, you know, so again, it's trying to find those players that maybe want to take up a new sport and give it a try. But I know every single one of the girls that went away, we had a mix of players, so I say some just ball hockey players, we had some inline players, and we also had some like England and GB based ice hockey players.
Big chance there for Great Britain. Pass came across. Clint Hurdles made 2 or 3 fantastic saves since coming into the game halfway through the second period. Great Britain being outshot. They've got 15 shots on goal, but I tell you what, they've had 10 quality scoring chances here for Great Britain this morning. Back to the female game, Ali. It's not just Great Britain. It's a little bit of a struggle trying to get the game going, I think, worldwide. So the ISBHF introducing that championship and getting it off the ground, having that inaugural tournament, I think that's a huge step for the female game. I know here in Canada, we've tried to go a step further. We're having our inaugural national under-19 female championship this year.
All right,
so
okay, yeah. So
that is something we managed to get 4 provinces
yeah.
send teams. So just to get the thing going and get it off the ground, it's certainly a step of a good direction for growth, both for Canadian and UK ball hockey.
Yeah, I think like you've said there, you know, and we've said this with our Lions programs and everything, you know, like why send U9s to Slovakia to take part in a kind of development program, and like, is it too young, etc. You know what, if you're never going to do it and you ain't going to try, you'll never know. So for credit due to Canadian Ball Hockey Association, you know, putting on like an under-19s national championships, you know, let's get more people playing and more people trying. You know, there's, you know, if you're going to be a critic and sit there and say it will never work, you know, unless we've tried, then we won't know, you know. So we can take massive success out of last week's event, and hopefully more teams will also look at entering that as well.
I tell you what, I think Brandon Bruni could enter whatever he'd like here today. He is just absolutely putting on a show at the Glacier this morning. And this, I'll put you on the spot here, and the answer is probably not even going to be yes. Is he the best goalie here for the British team? As I mentioned, you meant talk about Gus Lang. He's pretty good too. Yeah,
you can't put me on the spot like that. As an ex-goalie, you know. Like,
the goalie union,
yeah,
you can't vote against them.
Yeah, we've had some solid goaltending, you know, starting at even our U16, you know, like we had young goalie coming through, Dominic Ray. He's been playing, again, nationals. There's a picture come up today from 6 years ago, and it actually, like, it's quite emotional when you see, like, he's not the biggest of kids now, but you imagine 6 years ago what kind of height he was. And yeah, he's a solid goaltender. Jack Wakefield, who's also playing 18s back up here, was in Prerov. On to Evan McCune, a heritage goalie for us this year. Evan McCune has absolutely stood in his head, and he's been fantastic. He's actually carrying a bit of an injury today, so we're not so sure he's gonna play today in the game later on. On to the U20. I also talked about Gus, you know, and Brandon Brunei as well. So, you know, yeah.
So Brunei, not Bruni. I'm butchering his last name, am I?
Well, you know, you Newfies change all your words anyway.
That's true.
So
that's true.
You can do what you want, you know. But I'm going to go with Brunei.
Call me what you like, but don't call me late for supper. Ball in the neutral zone. We have got a glove-to-head pass. That'll cause a whistle. Move it back into Great Britain territory. 10:43 left to play here in this third frame. The Team Great Britain under-20 squad lead the Newfoundland Labrador Selects by a score 1-0 here at the Glacier Arena. Entertaining game here for the people in attendance. Some of the local parents and Great Britain well supported. Here's a chance. Mort tries to dance in, can't get past Andrew Mercer. There's a shot, knife through. Clint Hurdle had to be careful on that one. And Callum Mort and Andrew Mercer are having a word with themselves down there. Probably just want to find out where a nice restaurant to go is after the game. They've both got smiles on their face. All of that is good. Nelly, talk about UK ball hockey. What's the percentage? Like, I know you're from Scotland. I believe Stuart's from Scotland. You're spread out across the UK, or are you primarily based in one region or another? Explain a little.
Yeah, so to kind of cover a bit of the history, so there was actually kind of ball hockey, stroke deck hockey was played a lot in the 1980s and 90s, actually in the Nottingham area. Mansell Wood, who's a legend of the game, he's one of the many legends, but he was involved with that, you know, and Rob Clayton, who's the current president, played actually as a young boy, the young Silver Fox, and the game kind of died down a little bit after that for one reason or another. So, you know, it was back in 2009. I say those three teams were kicking around. So that was Nottingham, Newcastle, and like close to Sheffield, Doncaster. But then the game, has grown massively. Now even the latest flourish has actually been in Scotland. So the newest team, Edinburgh Ogres, have just launched. We've found teams further up, just above Edinburgh as well. We've got Kirkcaldy Kings, the Glasgow Ruckus, we've got Stuart Wilson, Callum Mort, etc. Their team, the Ayrshire Wolverines, the Glasgow Clansmen's another team. All these teams have been popping up in Scotland. Scotland's been really, really interesting. Sorry if I've forgotten anyone in Scotland as well.
So just for myself, geographically challenged, it seems like the strength was maybe around the Sheffield area, now maybe moving into Scotland? Yeah,
Scotland's got the flourish at the moment. As I say, Nottingham is a hotbed for hockey. We've got a lot of teams playing out of the Nottingham area. It's been massive round about there. And also, London's a tough area for us to crack. Obviously, with just like amenities and transportation, kind of with it being so busy around London. But we do have a couple of teams down there. And that's the area we're actually that's the most recent place we're looking to extend our regional ball hockey leagues. So the London Ball Hockey League's being discussed at the moment, and you know that's something that's going to be coming up soon, and that'll be great for the game as well. So the Scottish Conference, we've also got a Northern Conference, not to forget the Newcastle area. That's another massive place. We've got the Sharks area, the Sharks up there, Northumbria Sharks. We've got Newcastle University, and the North East Deck Stars, which is a massive club up there. Stanley Stingers, which is one of the newer clubs up there, but they've also got a great women's program as well, the Bees Knees. So it's growing everywhere.
So if you had to venture a guess, how many players, youth, adults, everything, how many players combined would there be in UK ball hockey? We
probably have at the moment round about I would say about 850 members as part of our program now. So across the board for that's for our actual national competitions registered up with us, you know. But there is a few other players that just take part in the conference leagues. So you know, we could probably cap it at about 1,000 overall.
Okay. So but going back to maybe 6 years ago, I'm assuming that's considerable growth.
Oh, 2000, back with those three teams, like we probably literally had, you know, a total of, let's say, 45 people, you know, playing the sport.
I mean, that's unbelievable. So you're about 1,000% growth rate. The only thing I was disappointed with was back in Sheffield in 2016 is I didn't hear more Def Leppard being played. I expected the home of Def Leppard, I'd hear Def Leppard all the time. Big Def Leppard fan, Ali. Going to see him in Vegas in September. Love Def Leppard.
Oh, yeah.
Have me some Joe Elliott.
Yeah, well, Pete Frith did a fantastic job doing music for the event.
DJ Ali Cree.
Yeah, I only did the one day, you know, but credit goes to Pete. Pete did a fantastic job of doing the music. So we'll make sure if we get you guys back ever that there's a little bit more Def Leppard.
There you go. The Newfoundland Labrador team putting a little sugar on this one on the short-handed penalty kill, not letting GB get any shots to the net. Great Britain on the power play, only 14 seconds left. And at one point, it should be mentioned, the shots on goal total in this game was 19-3. So Great Britain certainly poured it on. Shot clock now certainly closer, 26-17 in favor of Newfoundland and Labrador, but still 1-0 for the boys from across the pond. Penalty is over. Teams at even strength now. Great Britain, short side shot right on. Hurdle's going to drop down and make that save, and he'll cover up with 6:39 left to go.
Yeah, nice shot there, Scott Henderson. He's been really good, you know, got our goal as well yesterday.
Little equipment trouble for the big goaltender there from Grand Falls, Windsor, Newfoundland, Labrador. It's about a 4.5-hour drive. Young man drove in to play this series of games here this morning. And we talked before, I know when they did the schedule for this tournament, Ali, whoever the 5th place team and the 7th place team, they wanted to get them an extra game. So, you know, to make the trip worth their while, I guess, play as much hockey as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a chance in front. Shot right up, big save there by Hurdle. He came down with the glove, and that's another big stop. And I'm going to call it like I see it, Ali. I think Hurdle's keeping Newfoundland and Labrador in this one now. Full marks to Team GB. They are pouring it on.
Nah, fantastic plays. Just mentioned Scott Henderson. He gets another opportunity there.
Ooh. Here's a shot right on. Nice save by Brunei. Brandon Brunei with a blocker save there. Oh, my goodness. Both goaltenders putting on a clinic here at the Glacier this morning. And we see Ryan Fahey's dad, Sean One-Eye Fahey, showing his approval in the stands of that save by Brunei. Should be mentioned, Ali, Ryan Fahey will actually be a part of this team you're playing against this morning at the Canadian National Tournament.
Yeah.
He'll play for this Newfoundland team.
I spoke to his dad. He was saying that, you know, Ryan's obviously on this team. This is his team, so, you know, he's going to be he was really up for it today. And we've also got, I think you've got about 5 guys playing in the U20, U18 Canada program that are obviously missing from this squad. So, yeah, very good squad we're playing against right now at the moment.
Here's Callum Moore back to the point. Good pressure here by GB. There's a big shot block by, I believe that's Tyson Ryan up top. Ball chipped to the neutral zone. Here's a pass up for Stewart. Can't hold on to it. Ball's going to come back for the point for Colin Parsons. Parsons moves one up along the boards. That's going to be sent in. Noah Donovan flying in, giving chase. He's rubbed out by the British defenseman there. Good body position there by GB.
Yeah, I've just a little message for you as well. Can I just say that
Absolutely.
I did forget a couple of the Scottish teams, so I'm going to be forgiven. We did mention ball hockey Ayrshire, or Ayrshire Wolverines, as sometimes I refer to them as, so sorry about that, Mr. Waters. Oh, right. But also, yeah, Tayside Thunder. We've got a group of Slovak and Czechs that are based up in Scotland. And,
did you say taste like thunder?
Tayside Thunder.
Oh, Tayside Thunder.
Yeah.
I was thinking, what a great name for a team. Taste like thunder.
You've just given someone an idea there, Steve.
There you go. Marketing 101.
Yeah.
I won't even charge you copyright. That's it. Did you get them all out?
Yeah, that was the two that, yeah. So, sorry if we do miss anyone. I'd love to have
No worries.
a
Maverick Skeins on the attack here now. Moves the ball across. Kept in. Newfoundland Labrador with some good possession here in the offensive zone. Just under 4 minutes left to play. Looks like Newfoundland going to get their first opportunity to go to a power play in this one. Ball comes back to the point. Deflected. Goaltenders pulled for an extra attacker. We're going to have a crease violation down low. We got a little pushing and shoving in by the net. Not sure why the referee's not coming in. Going to come to the penalty box, and he will make the call. So, Great Britain find themselves in a little bit of penalty trouble here with 3:42 left to go. And they're going to have to kill off a penalty, try to get their win here this morning. As much as it was a bitter loss last night, I'm sure a win this morning would take the sting off that one.
Yeah, like, you know, the guys able to get a win, you know, and you know, hear the anthem played out for ourselves, you know, would be a big part. Hopefully, say the guys can take something from this game, you know, as well, and you know, feel that they've done themselves some justice even more to kind of finish the week off.
Team Newfoundland Labrador on the power play. Here's a drive from the point. Rebound pops up front. Brunei had to be careful of that one. He manages to pull it down off the boards. Lively boards here at the Glacier Arena. 3:18 left to go. 1:36 left to go in the power play. And we'll have a face-off to Brandon Brunei's left. Little discussion going on amongst the players, and you know, maybe they were a little friendly at the beginning. The friendliness is worn off a little now. I don't think there's been Newfoundland and Labrador hospitality being extended on the floor right now, Ali.
Yeah, maybe we need to, maybe this is the start of the screech-in initiation process.
Yeah. These two teams will play again tomorrow, and that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe that makes it a nice little series, you know.
I like it.
Yeah.
I talked earlier, I got out of my train of thought, talked about the teams coming over and wanting to get that extra game to make the tournament more worthwhile. This is a fantastic opportunity for these kids from Newfoundland and Labrador as well to play an international team and to take part in this event. And I know our coach down here, he's actually using this as a final part of his selection process for his team. So
yeah, we've got something similar, you know, like Le Champ de Fond as a team from Switzerland, and they actually come over and play us usually biannually. And you know, we're able to put our GB programs against them, also our local club teams against them. So yeah, it's a massive tool, you know, just to get something a little bit different, you know, and playing against different countries that play the sport a different way as well, you know. So maybe any bad habits you've picked up or the way you think the game should be played, you actually discover this is how we should play it, you know.
Absolutely. So it's a good opportunity for both clubs here. Great Britain 2:28 away from picking up the win here this morning, and I got to be honest, folks, I'm supposed to be biased the other way. I'm not only I'm a Canadian president, I'm the Newfoundland president. Yeah. I think I'd like to see the Brits win this one.
It probably doesn't help when your face is painted like Braveheart when I came in this morning.
There's a drive from the point. Brunei might have got a piece of that one. Good defensive posture there by Great Britain. Here's Sims. Sims holds on the forehand. Sims shot that one, whistles high over the top of the goal. Ball's going to bounce out the other side. Ball is turned over there, and a long backhand shot going to be sent down the floor by Ross McKinnon of Team GB. Penalty is drawing to a close. Mavericks games. There's a drive from the point. Loose ball in the slot. Sims looking to get a stick on it. Can't do so. Team Great Britain are back to even strength. 1:30 left to go in this one. We'll be looking for the Newfoundland Labrador goal to be vacated pretty soon as a 1-goal lead. Will they pull the goaltender? Good pressure here by Team LNL. Turned over to in the slot. Here's GB. Chance from the goal. Partial breakaway. Good run there by the Newfoundland Labrador defenseman, though, to track that one down, and they keep the play going. And that's probably not a bad idea. Scott Henderson is just gassed from trying to get that breakaway. Here's an opportunity for Newfoundland. Great defensive play there by, I believe that was Lewis Buchanan. Backhand to the slot. Brunei, he's going to clear it out himself. Oh. Nice play by Brunei there. Open goal, they can't get it through. And icing will be to play, and Ali Cree thought that might have done it. They almost had a 2-1-0 on an open net.
Yeah.
Oh boy, now we're surely going to see a timeout there. We're going to let poor old Ali take a minute to compose himself. He thought he was getting that W right there. Yeah. So close, but yet so far away.
Kids, that's why you play heads-up hockey. Have a look to make sure the net's empty there. Yeah, I think the players maybe just got lost, didn't realise the goalie had fully been pulled there. So, but a lovely play out from Brandon there.
Brandon Brunei not only trying to stymie the Newfoundland team, he was trying to get on the scoreboard too with an assist.
Oh, he was going for the empty net goal there. Good on him. He deserves it. He's played so well.
He's almost had it for sure. 47 seconds remain. Timeout called by Team Newfoundland Labrador. And Stuart Wilson is emphatic. You can see the passion in Coach Wilson on the bench right now. He's letting his mates know where to go, what to do, and how to do it. And this is not a throwaway game on a Saturday morning for these lads from Great Britain. They want this. There's no doubt. So, face-off is going to be to the left of Brandon Brunei. 1-0 Great Britain lead. Goaltender is pulled for Team Newfoundland Labrador. Face-off, won by Great Britain. Gonna just try to kill some clock though. Newfoundland right away. Steal that ball. Here's a chance to be clear. Ball chipped out to the neutral zone. That's a smart play. That one's not gonna have enough gas for icing. Oh, and it does. The official calls flooring on that one. Oh boy. I can guarantee you, Ali, if that's a Canadian bench, they are giving it to the official for calling that flooring call. Because the defenseman, he certainly let up on that one. That should have, I thought the British guy did a fantastic job putting that down the floor. I know if I'm coaching, I'm probably tossed from this game right now on that. So we'll do it all over again. Face off to the left. This time won once again by Great Britain. They're going to put it out. It's going to go all the way down again, though. Flooring once again. And I guess, Ali, if Team Great Britain can just do that about another 12 times, they'll win the game.
Oh yeah, that's fine. We can play that same move.
So, same place, same face-off, same centerman. Great Britain 2-0 on the last two draws. This time, face-off is won by Newfoundland Labrador. To the point. Chip down low for Sims. Sims, he's the anchor on this line here. Cameron Sims, a fine hockey player from the Bay Roberts area in Newfoundland Labrador. There's a shot short side. Brunei reaches out, can't hold on to that one. Ball comes all the way around, blocked in front. Chance for Britain to clear to the line, but not out, and that'll do it. Team Great Britain, hold on, and they'll take the win. Make the final score. Great Britain 1, Newfoundland Labrador no score. Folks, we hope you enjoyed this one. A great game by both teams. Good, clean hockey, hard played. Final words to Mr. Ali Cree.
Yeah, thank you very much to all the organising committee over here for having another fantastic championships, and yeah, big shout out to all the guys from there, ISBHF as well, and also our travelling supporters and all the players and parents, not just the national programmes, but also in our domestic programmes as well. Thank you for being part of our family as well and helping us grow, and I hope we've done you all proud back home.
All right, so there you have it. Ali Cree, VP of Great United Kingdom Ball Hockey. On behalf of the Canadian Ball Hockey Association, big thanks to Ali. Big thanks to Bell 5 TV1 for bringing you the coverage. George Scott will be back, and he'll have the call of the next game from this 2018 ISBHF World Junior Ball Hockey Championship. For Ali Cree, I'm Steve Power. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.